Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Creatives Worldwide podcast. This is our 5th episode. We started last month, and we've had some really great guests. Our first episode was just my cousin here, who's the co-host, Karen. Hi, Karen.
Hi, Wendy.
Two
Nice
of
to
us.
hear you.
Since then, we've had guests each week after that. And today we have an amazing guest that you'll be very inspired by. Her name is Dawn Hanley, and she is a jewelry maker. Welcome, Dawn. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much for having me.
Sure. So the main thing, so one of the things that I have everybody, or that we have everybody do when they apply to be on the podcast, is to fill in a questionnaire. And one of the questions is, which area of your creative entrepreneurship is it from the performing arts, or is it from the visual arts, or is it from the therapeutic arts? And when I was telling her that, she said, mine belong in two places, the visual and the therapeutic. And so she told me her story about that. And I said, you have to be on this podcast. So welcome, Dawn. Just give us some background, your background, how you got to where you are and doing your jewelry making.
Well, I was my mom's caregiver for 18 years. And then when she passed away, I ended up going into HUD housing, or HUD housing, senior housing. And I had so much time on my hands, I started making jewelry. Well, I found it was more very therapeutic with my bipolar and everything. I was able to concentrate on something, then my mind wasn't hopping all over the place.
Mhm.
And it just gave me a purpose. And then in 2022, I broke my leg because I was hyper. I decided to go vacuuming, tripped over the vacuum cleaner. Couldn't get up. Fireman came, started pulling me up, and my leg was broken. So I went through 5 months of rehab and in hospitals. I had complications and stuff. And got out. I was a broken person. I didn't want nothing. So I kind of took a break from doing jewelry, but then I started up again. But it was the help of a very great CNA that helped me pull through a lot of things. She doesn't know that right now. I don't have her as an aide anymore. She went on to greener pastures. But without her support and stuff, I wasn't able to get stronger. And I still needed a purpose. So I started the business. And ever since I started the business, my memory has gotten better. Sometimes my talking doesn't, but that's not a problem. My tongue kind of twists all over the place. um, I just became very therapeutic, and it felt good. I mean, my motto is I want to make somebody smile, make somebody else smile, and that's what I try to do.
That's great.
Between my
So that's what your jewelry, that's your purpose, is to help other people.
Yeah, so I started making other crafts because jewelry decided to start piling up, and there seems to be 10 million jewelry makers out there. So you're trying to make yourself a new niche. So I decided to make other stuff too, and that seemed to take off. Now I'm doing resin along with like 12 other things, and it seems to keep me busy. I'm in events and meeting a lot of new people. Like I met Pat where I have my website, and her and I, we co-administrate a group. We're all crafters where we can share things and collaborate, and we have activities. We have a newsletter.
Nice. So that your jewelry is like, what types of pieces do you create? Like necklaces or
Necklaces, just about anything that's jewelry, I make it.
yeah.
And I try everything. And if I'm not going to buy it, I don't put it out for somebody else to buy it. I keep playing with it till it's ready to be sold.
Excellent. And then you create it in your home, and so you have whatever equipment you need. Yes.
hmm Here and here.
That's amazing.
And
Yeah. So Dawn and I met in a Facebook group, right? So we're
Event, yeah.
yes, it was a group for entrepreneurs, and so we just kind of introduced ourselves to each other, or actually, we introduced ourselves to the group, and then we just kind of connected. And then I told her about the podcast. She goes, "Oh yeah, let's do this." So, do you have any pictures, or do you have any of your jewelry here that you can show us?
Nah, me.
Okay.
That's a keychain on it. I can borrow real sec, real quick.
If you're here
I
on Be
just started.
Connected, if you're watching,
Sorry.
I'm just saying
Here we
for
go.
anyone
This
who's
is
here.
just something that's real quick. That's in the near vicinity. It's a keychain that says Jesus on it.
Oh, that's cute.
Comes in
That's
any
beautiful.
color, but the cross is black, Jesus in white, and then the beads can be in any color. And it's got a thing here where you can. They're gone. Hello. There they are. Hey, Pat.
Hey,
Where'd they go?
I don't know.
I'll find out in a second here.
There we go.
Yep, we're back.
Huh?
We're back.
There they are.
Did
There they
everybody
are.
use? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Everybody disappeared.
Yeah, everybody did. So let's see what I was going to say. Oh yeah, so if anybody's watching the replay, or if you're here right now and you see the second little button over there on the left, where you see her face and her little button that says Dawn Hanley, just click on that little button and it'll take you to her website, so you can see a lot of the things that she has created. So that is awesome. So can you tell me, where is it that you are living right now?
Right now, I live in Oak Creek, Wisconsin.
Oh, Wisconsin. Excellent. That's pretty cool. So
yeah.
you said that you do like go to events, and like do you have a table out?
Well, the events I have to do is on online because a mobility challenge. I'll use a walker or a cane, mainly a walker. Ever
Mhm.
since I broke my leg, and I have a fall liability, and I don't drive,
Oh,
and nobody here really has a car that can take me. So,
so
and
online
then
is
most
best.
online, yeah, that's okay.
So
Um, Online basically is the person I run to this Joanne. She does a lot of events. Like right now, I'm in the middle, ending an Easter one, and then the day after Easter, we're starting Mother's Day.
Mm.
all the different occasions. That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah. So when people contact you, they can do custom made. So they can totally tell you exactly the colors they want and the designs that they want, and then you design it.
95% of my 95% of my stuff is custom made or one of a kind. If I make
That's
something and put it on the website, 95% of the time it is a one of a kind. Once it's gone, it's gone.
oh wow.
Wow, that's awesome, because then people are getting one of a kind jewelry, and that's really sweet.
So unique. Do you ever do wedding rings, or just
I haven't
for
done rings. I'm still looking into doing rings yet, but I'm doing everything else.
wow. So how about hair bracelets or hair type clips or something?
Definitely. Right now, I didn't get a chance to do my hair because I was playing around with the computer. That didn't work. Couldn't find the Chrome anywhere. And then trying to get the phone going, and it was like, then I looked at the time and going, oh, my hair.
That's okay. That's okay. So tell us about some of your other the work that you do besides the jewelry.
I do some painting. I do some, what else do I do? What don't I do, really? I make, like for Easter, which I don't have any left, is a 3D egg made out of resin. And then I put lights inside, and one of them had a little bunny and hearts in the front. Lights were inside. I had different colored lights, and then you light it up in the back, and it was really bright. Then I had another one that had a bunny and flowers. And then you could have any kind of color you want. I usually use glitter for my colors because everybody likes sparkles. Um, and the other one was a one-dimensional. It said my first Easter was in the shape of a bunny. And then I attached a tea light, flameless, on the back. And you put it on, and it was a flickering one. It was really pretty.
Oh, wow. Do you ever get requests from groups like churches or
Yeah,
different? Oh, so
I
that you,
just did one actually.
oh, you
Just
did?
did one actually. Yeah, they picked it up on last week Friday and found out it was a daycare. They were having an Easter egg hunt and they were raising money for Make a Wish. So I said, okay. So I stayed up to 4 in the morning making a whole bunch of stuff.
Wow. So
So I thought, hey, it's a good cause. So
do you change? It sounds like these were local. This was a local request.
yes, it was.
Do you take out of state, out of the area type bulk?
Yes, I do. I do. Bulk orders I haven't really gotten yet, but I would.
Ah,
That's great. Well, I guess because you are online, you could take it from anywhere in the world. You could take orders from anywhere in the world.
right.
Actually, we're going managing where my website is. It's basically only in the United States, but I do have some friends in Canada I do ship to.
Oh, that's
Hmm.
great.
Boy, is it expensive though.
Oh,
Yeah.
to ship.
Ship.
To Canada. Yes.
Wow, that's really amazing that you just picked. How did you think of doing jewelry? Like when you started it, what was your inspiration to help
Um,
your?
yeah, it's basically like I said, I live in a senior community where nobody can really spend a lot of money.
Mhm.
And the first person that came to me wanted a keychain. It's very rough keychain because it was my first piece, and I've only been making jewelry for like a week. But she liked it, so she came back a few times, and then other people came. The problem is with the website, you can't sell trademark stuff, so that's the hard part. And that
Oh,
was my biggest seller was Packers and Brewers and sports books in Milwaukee here.
Mhm.
But I found a niche and that's where I got unique stuff. That's how I got into the unique,
okay,
and it seems people like that.
great, awesome. Okay, so I'm going to ask you the question we asked all of our guests so far. Do you
Oh
have
dear.
any insights or advice or anything that anybody's listening who would like to become a creative entrepreneur, or just any wisdom that you might have that you've been able to experience?
The old saying, practice, practice, practice. And
Mm.
if you're not going to buy it, don't try to sell it.
Uh,
Even though you think someone will buy it, they won't. But no, practice. Um, Try to be unique. Try not to copy anybody else's. If you see something you like, okay, fine. Take that and make it your own. Twist it, make it your own.
Love that.
So,
Yeah. Practice, practice. Okay, we resonate with that.
Yeah,
Totally,
for
Karen.
sure. For sure. I was also going to ask, have you seen your crafts and everything get better because as you're continuing
yeah.
to create,
Oh, yeah.
right?
I
That's
looked at, I happened to have one of my first sets that I made, like, I'd say about a month after I started making jewelry. I looked at it and I go, what did I do?
That's kind of like what our last week's guest was talking about too. Like the first his first creation of songs was just
oh
not
yeah.
good at all. Yeah.
Mhm.
I guess that's
Sorry.
that's the way it goes, huh? And then you just get better and better and you're
Get better and
more
better.
refined and everything. So, but then at the same time, if people are still going to enjoy your first ones because they're not making jewelry, so you made some and so they're impressed by it. So and then
Mhm.
better it gets, then it's just more refined.
It's a lot easier now. Before it took me like a half hour, an hour to make a bracelet. Now I can whip usually an hour, usually half 5 minutes. I can whip out a bracelet unless my fingers are not working properly. I'm all thumbs. I got a cat that jumps up on my lap, and then goes everything.
It's like order on demand kind of thing, or do you make things ahead of time?
Both. Mm-hmm.
Ah,
So I guess you have pieces now on your website that we could click and purchase as well as
Yes.
do a custom order.
Definitely.
That's cool. I love that.
yeah, that's very cool. Gosh. Does anybody else here have any questions? Pat or Patty?
I have a question for you, Dawn.
Oh,
Hi, Patty.
And it relates to, so you've become an expressive visual artist later in your life. Would you say if you go back early years, you could say, I've always been an artist and just didn't take my abilities and put them into practice? So can you reference when you were being an artist as well?
When I was young, I was lucky. I had a grandmother that tried me with crafts. Different crafts every time I visited her. Wasn't good at them, but it was fun because I was with my grandma. We were doing things. But the problem was my crafts were always put down. Then it was like, okay, I think
Going through your earbuds, right?
uh-oh.
But you have in your head.
Uh-oh, let's see. Let me just mute.
basically, that's what happened. I started with my grandma. She got me in the crafts. I tried doing crafts, but everybody laughed at them. So I was like, okay, I'll keep practicing. Still didn't work very well. So then I just went into the education. Come on, no battery now.
We can still hear you.
You can.
Uh-oh. Are you there? Can you? Oh, no. Her battery went out. Is that what she said?
Sounded like she was saying that.
Possibly.
I really appreciated her answer because I think this is so often true. People have these kinds of artistic abilities and things that they love about themselves to do, but something squelches it. And then we maybe don't get back to it for a while because we have a memory of something that wasn't positive around that kind of unique expression of ourselves. So it's really cool that she has found her place and joy in it now. And those times in her past when she was, she has the memories of them not being so favorable. She has, in her own way, overcome them because what is now in her life is really a great connection for her happiness.
Great. Well, and it's funny that you've said that, Patty, because I was even looking at I just discovered a speed painter, and she's amazing, but she put it down for about 8 years and was led back to it. So I think it's a great question that you asked, and I always think it's really interesting because artists perhaps can get burned out, or they can get very tired, or trauma happens, or something may happen where something does need to be put down. But it's always very interesting what leads artists back to their passion for it. And and those stories, because even within that, the art that comes out after taking a break is sometimes it's much richer, it's much deeper, it's much better because of the experience you just walked through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess she totally got kicked out. I saw that she left. Oh, well, gosh, I guess this will be the end of our episode here because our guest is gone. Maybe she'll come back, but she gave us some really great insights. And Pat and Patty, thank you so much for coming to the episode. And next week, oh wait, here she comes. Here she comes. She'll be back. I was going to say that next week we're going to have a hula dancer.
Very cool.
Be teaching us. Oh,
I'm back.
You're back. Oh, okay.
Of course, there was no plug way on the other side of the room where I was.
Oh, okay. So you got connection. So yeah, we were just talking about how you were talking about how you kind of left and then came back again, and it's very typical with things that we have in our lives. And then you actually came back and you persevered and you are doing it now. So kudos to you, Dawn. It's awesome. Well, if anybody has anything else, or if anybody doesn't have anything else, this will be the end of our episode. It was great to speak with you, Dawn. I was happy to meet you and have you on here. Yeah. And just take a look. Well, we're going to actually put this on our YouTube channel, and then we'll have the links to your website and everything so that people can come on. And if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and click subscribe and like so we can get a little bit more exposure. And so that would be awesome.
I did that.
Yes. All right. Well, thanks so much, everyone. Thank you, Dawn, especially for
Thank
coming.
you.
Being our guest.
Thank you so much for coming, Dawn, and thank you for your art. Thank you for what you do. It's very inspiring.
Thank you.
Very inspiring. Yes.
Thank
All
you.
right. We will all
Thank
see
you.
you again next week then.
Got it.
All right.
Take
Thank you.
care, everybody.
All right.
Have fun.